What's good, YouTube? It's Zach, and today we got NFL Week 12 predictions. I'm here with the one, the only Cringy Gamer, aka 3-game win streak, I believe, for the Miami Dolphins. Cringy, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back, and hopefully, me and Zach can actually start doing better in predictions. But I guess we'll have to see what happens this week.
No kidding, dude. I kept telling myself I'm not gonna go 8-6. I'm not gonna go 8-6. Ha! There was 15 games this week. It was impossible. Just give me one extra win. I have been struggling so bad the past few weeks. We both ended up going 9-6, splitting our 50-50 games 2-2. Even though the Vikings, they should have won that football game. We're gonna get into them in a second. But let's go to the winning side of things. We're gonna start with the Miami Dolphins getting the big time win. Cringy. I know Tua was looking pretty suspect out there, but Devon Achane, I feel like he's the only person on your team that's untouchable. But tell me about your Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I just kind of hate that we blow out the Buffalo Bills, one of the better teams in the NFL, and then we somehow almost lose to the Commanders. Like, I don't know. I am a bit. Our defense has a lot since the start of the season, I'm glad we're getting the running game going, especially with Achane, like you said. Because I remember at the start of the season, the Dolphins could not run the football at all. They would get absolutely demolished. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I hope he can keep the winning games going. But I am liking what I'm seeing so far.
And as I preluded, we had my Minnesota Vikings falling to the Chicago Bears thanks to a Cario Santos 45-yard field goal. That if it was being played in Chicago, dude, if there was a win, I'm pretty sure he would have missed it. He barely tucked it into the left upright, but it went in nonetheless, and I became really, really upset. I feel like if any team scores a go-ahead touchdown with 50 seconds left, you should win that game. But shout out to Devin Duvernay, the Bears kickoff returner, who got him into Minnesota territory almost untouched. He wasn't even touched until the 50-yard line, Cringe. He was just running right down the middle of the damn field. But shout out to the Vikings for, making me very upset. And J.J. McCarthy's not even looking good. So not only did we lose to a division rival, McCarthy still doesn't look like he's the guy. But Cringy, what do you got to say about my Vikings? And do you think Jar is celebrating right now?
I bet Jar is really happy, and I was going to make a comment. It doesn't seem like J.J. McCarthy is going to be y'all's answer from what we've seen from him so far. It's just like you said, man. It's kind of like the Bengals. I can't remember who they played, but you get a lead with like no time left in the game, and you just give it up. I mean, you just can't be doing that. It does seem like Vikings seem to do that. They just be losing in a very unfortunate fashion, unfortunately.
And finally, we have a double cause of concern here. We have the Kansas City Chiefs dropping to 5-5, losing to the unstoppable Denver Broncos, at least in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what is going on in Kansas City right now. Patrick Mahomes is not playing some of his best ball. I think he threw 2 interceptions in the same possession and got flagged once, and then he just threw it to the other team again just for shits and giggles, I guess. But yeah, dude, the Broncos, this has been their best game of the season so far. They actually put up more than 20 points outside of the fourth quarter, Cringy. So maybe that's something to improve on because scoring points and other than the fourth quarter is pretty beneficial. Do you think the Chiefs are going to make or miss the playoffs? What do you think?
This is a tough call because if you go to the start of the season and you told me and Zach the Chiefs will end up being 5-5 eventually, we would think you're on something. But I guess we're hitting those terms now. I don't know. They got to step up, man. I mean, they still might make it, but if they keep playing like they are, yeah, I think they'll miss it. To be honest, I think they'll miss the playoffs.
Yeah, they're playing the Colts this week, dude. Like their schedule's not getting easier, man. These are the games they have to win. And now we're going to get underway in Week 12 on Thursday Night Football. We have a pretty interesting game here. We got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen is a grown man. This guy, my starting quarterback in fantasy, 6 total touchdowns, 3 on the ground, 3 through the air. The last quarterback to do that, Cringy, since Josh Allen. That's right. He was the last one to do it. But the Bills getting a big-time win over the Buccaneers, who are banged up right now, but they only can play the team that's in front of them. And then we have the Texans almost losing to the Tennessee Titans. Only the Cardinals have said honor so far this year, and they literally gift wrapped it and put a bow on it. That's the only reason the Titans won a game this year. But, dude, Davis Mills is playing his best ball, but it's going to come to an end here. I don't care if the Texans are at home. I don't care if C.J. Stroud's playing. I don't care if the Pope blesses the Texans. The Bills are winning this football game. They have to. The Patriots are looking unstoppable. They're coming off the bye week, the Patriots, that is. Yeah, give me the Bills. It's going to be low scoring because the Texans do have the best defense in the NFL. Give me Buffalo 21-20. It's going to be pretty close. Cringy, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Bills, and I got to make a call on the Texans, man. Yeah, I did. I think it was like 3-0 at the halftime against the Titans. I'm like, what am I looking at? I genuinely was so confused. I think this is definitely one of the more interesting Thursday night football games. I'm glad we got it, but I think the Bills will squeeze out the win against the Texans. Like I said, I do think the Texans are playing. They're definitely playing way better football than that started. And holy moly! But I'm happy for Davis Mills. He seems like he's doing all right. But I think the Bills will squeeze out this win.
Up next, we have games that finally start at 1 o'clock game, and we don't have to wake up at 9:30 in the morning to watch the Commanders-Dolphins. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Chicago Bears. Now, it's unfortunate that Aaron Rodgers went down with that wrist injury. It's unlikely he's going to play in this game. Otherwise, I would have actually picked the Steelers because Aaron Rodgers does own the Chicago Bears. If you know, you know. But, yeah, with Aaron Rodgers being out of this one, it's going to be Mason Rudolph starting. And that's all I have on my note sheet here. Give me the Bears to get the win and maintain the lead in the NFC North. The Bears are doing something right. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bears, too. Very unfortunate what happened to Aaron Rodgers in that last game. But I think the Bears get the job done. I don't see this being a big scoring game. It's probably going to be a low-score affair. But I think the Bears will just squeeze out this win.
Also, quick note before we get into our next game here. The 4 teams on the bye are the Broncos, the Chargers, and then the 2 people that played in, I believe, was it Berlin? I can't remember. Dolphins, Commanders. All 4 of those teams are on the bye. We will not be seeing them this week, but we have the team coming off the bye. We have the New England Patriots taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Patriots, yes, coming off the bye. Travion Henderson, rookie running back sensation, had 3 touchdowns in his last game, and they're going to be well rested for this one. The Bengals. Yeah, I think Joe Flacco should just stay at home. Or not Joe Flacco. Well, Joe Flacco, too. Both the Joes should just go sit on the couch and watch the Bengals just self-implode. Jamar Chase got suspended a game for, you guessed it, spitting on a player. I don't know what people are spitting so far this year, Creed. There's a lot of spit suspensions going on here. It's kind of sus. But give me the Patriots. I don't care if the Bengals are 100% healthy. The Patriots are unstoppable right now. I don't think this is going to be close, dude. The Bengals can't stop a cold right now. Give me Patriots 35-10. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, you're not wrong there, man. The Patriots have just seemed absolutely unstoppable. This should be another pretty much a freebie win for them. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I mean, there's not much you can say, really. I mean, this should be an easy win for the Patriots. Drake May is absolutely balling, and yeah, give me the Patriots.
Up next, we have easy game potential between, oh God, Jameis Winston and the New Jersey Giants taking on the Detroit Lions. The Lions. Man, the NFC North is struggling against the Eagles, bro. The Lions and Packers combined for 16 points over 2 games against the Philadelphia Eagles. What are you doing? Jahmyr Gibbs, other than having 100 receiving yards, they could not run the ball. That I don't honestly kind of a mixture of both. Maybe the Lions' offensive line is like regressing a little bit, but the Eagles' defensive front is the best in football right now. And speaking of the best in football, you got none of that on the Giants, let me tell you, bro. I mean, between Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, it doesn't matter who's starting. Cam Scatterbo still doesn't exist because he's hurt. Malik Neighbors is hurt. I'm hurt when I'm going to have to watch this game. Give me the Lions, Cringy. What do you got?
Yeah, I got to go with the Lions. I don't know, man. I don't have much to say. It's just the Giants are they lost a lot of good of their players, and I don't think they found their good starting quarterback either. So they're just struggling on all over the place. But I'm gonna go with the easy win for them.
Why is the NFL making me do this? I don't want to pick who I think's gonna win this next game. We have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. Great. This is so fun, Cringy. I'm having fun. The Vikings. Yeah, they lost in dramatic fashion to a team that likes to lose in dramatic fashion. In the Chicago Bears, you have the double doink, you have all that good stuff. JJ McCarthy, I'm just asking you to complete 60% of your passes in this game. It's just not going to be particularly close. At least it shouldn't be. Remember, the Vikings, I thought they were going to lose by 30 to the Lions a couple weeks ago, and they won. But I need to get my picks in order here. Give me the Packers. I don't want to say anything more. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, because this one's the doozy. I mean, it should be probably an easy one for the Packers, but like I do remember, that's kind of my same thought process. We thought the Lions would absolutely torch them, but they actually came out victorious. But oh man, I like this because I feel like you just gotta pick some of the upsets sometimes with the NFL because it's so unpredictable. Yes, I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings. This is probably a really bad call from my end, but it would be a huge win for them if they could win this game. But I'm gonna take the upset on this one.
That's kind of stupid. Up next, we have our easy pick'em of the week. We have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Seahawks, guys, I've go back to my Seattle predictions throughout the beginning of the year. I told you guys, Sam Darnold cannot win big football games. That was for my number one spot in power rankings between the Seahawks and the Rams. He threw 4 interceptions. I think 3 of them were in a span of 10 minutes. Like, I barely had enough time to eat dinner before Sam Darnold threw another interception. And then the Titans, I mean, what else needs to be said? Cam Ward said it best. We asked. Give me the Seahawks in dominant fashion. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah. I pulled up the stat sheet of that game. I saw 4 picks. I'm like, what? Like, that's something you just don't see every day in the NFL. But yeah, this should be the times. I mean, what else can you say? Like you already said. But yeah, this should be an easy one for the Seahawks, and not much more can be said.
Up next, we have a battle of the battles. I don't know how the Chiefs are favored to win this game. We have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. It's literally a 50-50 split, but bettors are giving Chiefs minus 190, so they're probably favored by 4 points. I know Arrowhead is loud, but that has to be the only reason they're favored to win this game. Again, the Colts coming off the bye week, they have the MVP in my eyes, and Jonathan Taylor right now, even though it doesn't go to running backs. This guy, Jonathan Taylor, I think has 17 total touchdowns right now. Give him MVP right now. And then, yeah, the Chiefs coming off a tough loss to the Denver Broncos. The Chiefs arguably need to win out. I think 7 losses is going to be the most that you're going to have to make the playoffs in the AFC right now. I'm actually going to go with the home team. Give me the Chiefs, only because they need to win out. The Colts can afford to lose. They're in a much worse division than the Chiefs, but Chiefs are in win now mode. If they don't win, it's full-time panic mode. I'm probably going to regret this, but give me the Chiefs. Cringy, what do you got?
I'm going to be honest. I really thought we would split here, but I'm also going to go with the Chiefs. Kind of the same reason. I feel like, I know we said it a lot of weeks, but I feel like this game is a really must-win game, considering you just took a brutal loss to the Broncos, and the more losses you take, the less chance you make it to the playoffs. And I feel like this is a very must-win game for them. They're at home. Hopefully, they can get the job done. I might regret it too, but I'm also going to pick the Chiefs getting this win here. I think it'll be very close, though.
Up next, we have, oh my God, we have the New Jersey Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Jets. Oh, man, if only they could just go back to the pre-hype in 2021 when they got Aaron Rodgers and say they're going to go to the Super Bowl. The good times. It literally only lasted 4 snaps for Rodgers tore his ACL. And then the Ravens. I mean, dude, I watched the majority of this game with my stepdad because he's a Cleveland Browns fan. That was some of the worst football I've ever seen. There was dropped interceptions, dropped passes, fumbling, muffed punts, fumbling on muffed punts, holding. Everything that happened in that Ravens-Browns game made me sick to my stomach. It's a 98-2 split. I mean, there's no controversy here. Give me the Ravens. They're going to blow out the Jets. The heck you thought this was? Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I got to go with the Ravens. I mean, this should be an easy win, but I was very surprised why the score was very close against someone with the Cleveland Browns. I was like, what am I watching? I mean, I'm glad that Shadir Sanders got his first debut, but I mean, it ain't going to matter. They're going against the Ravens, but this should be another easy win for the Ravens over the Jets.
Now we're heading into the 4 o'clock window where we have, oh my God, the dumpster fire matchup of the decade. And we were just talking about them. We have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Browns, as my colleague said here, Shadur Sanders in his debut went 4 of 16. 4 of 16. That's a completion percentage of 25. He had 1 interception. Damn near should have had 2. I don't know what the Ravens defender was doing. They dropped. They got thrown right to him. You might want to watch Shadur Sanders' highlight reel. It's only 20 seconds. Believe me, it's not that long. And then the Raiders, are they coming? No, they're not coming off the bye. They're coming off that belt to the Cowboys, all right, on Monday Night Football that no one can watch because of the ESPN YouTube TV lockout. But hey, dude, honestly, they're probably saving us some visual experience, but no one wanted to watch that game. I mean, this is just garbage and garbage. I'm going to go with the Raiders. They're the home team here. They actually have this thing called a quarterback where the Browns do not. And they have Ashton Jeanty. But expect the Browns' Myles Garrett to have 4 sacks. He's leading the league in sacks, Cringy, on a 2-8 team. That's got to be like the stupidest Cleveland Browns stat out there. Give me the Raiders, though. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I mean, I feel like this game's about to be the ultimate tank mode, but I think the Raiders are just overall the better team at like offensively wise than the Browns. But yeah, there should be probably an easy one. I mean, I feel like this game could low-key go either way just because they're both just trash, but I think the Raiders will still get the job done.
Up next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Jaguars, a dude named Tootin and ETN combined for 3 rushing touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence even ran one in. It was like the most obvious run in of all time. He had the freaking parting of the freaking Red Sea down there with how he was able to walk into the end zone. And then the Cardinals are coming off of a very confusing game. They lost by 19 points to the 49ers. But Jacoby Brissett went, I think, 47 of 57 for 450 yards, and he still lost the game by 3 scores. That's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And because that is so stupid and the NFL is so unpredictable this year, I'm going to go with the upset. Give me the Arizona Cardinals to win this football game. This is more of the Jaguars always falling for traps. The Jaguars lose this game, I can confirm you they are not making the playoffs. They're favored to win this game. 86% are picking the Jaguars. I am not. Cringy, what do you got?
You know, I was actually thinking about that. I actually got it in my notes. Maybe of also picking the Cardinals because like I said, I just thought about it. I haven't picked them much, and I feel like this might be their time to actually start winning some football games. But I did make the conclusion I will still pick the Jaguars. But I don't blame you with that call because I still remember the absolute horrific fall apart against the Texans that they had such a huge lead and just blew it all the way in the fourth quarter. The Jags aren't known for doing that, but I am going to go with the Jaguars getting the win. But I also won't be surprised if Cardinals get this upset because I was thinking the same thing. But in the end, I did end up going with the Jaguars.
Up next, we have an NFC East showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles, dude, they're giving the Texans a run for their money. Their defense has been unstoppable, limiting the Packers and the Lions to a combined 16 points. That's some pretty good stuff. The Eagles' offense, however, is definitely cause of concern. I don't think Hurts has thrown over 175 yards in the last 3 weeks. That's kind of insane. And then you had the Dallas Cowboys putting belt to belt to a really bad Raiders team. Thank you, Dak Prescott. I ended up winning in fantasy this last week because of you. Had 4 touchdowns in that game. But let me tell you, I'm not starting you this week. The heck? Give me the Eagles. This is going to be probably another sloppy game. 20-14. Give me the Eagles over the Cowboys. Cringy, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. I was expecting more from the Eagles, especially offensively wise. But, I mean, they're still getting the wins, but it doesn't seem like they're winning in good fashion, that is. But I think the Eagles should still be able to beat the Cowboys because I found it very hard this season to trust the Cowboys. I feel like when I pick them, they lose. But I mean, I knew they'd beat the Raiders. But other than that, this should be a pretty solid, easy win for the Eagles.
And our final 4:30 game, we have, oh my God, an NFC South showdown, dumpster fire material here. You have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Falcons, I just feel so sorry for you guys. Michael Penix Jr., I think, got put on IR. So it's going to be Kirk Cousins the next 4 weeks. Absolutely insane. And that 100% conflicted my decision in this game. Have the New Orleans Saints out here where they also do not have this thing called a quarterback. Alvin Kamara's out there. I think Cam Jordan is leading the retirement home that is the Saints defense. I mean, is there going to be more than 5 people watching this game outside of the fan bases? I don't think so. Give me the Saints winning a very sloppy game here. Well, give me 17-14. I'm not even sure how the Saints are going to score 17. It might be a couple special team scores, but yeah, Saints win. I don't know why. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, this is another. Yeah, I will say if it wasn't for the Raiders and Browns, this probably would be the Tank Bowl game right here. I did end up going with the Falcons. I know I've been with the 2 wins for the Saints, but I feel like this is a game they would just lose. But they might still win this game because it is the Falcons. But I did end up going with the Falcons. I also don't have a reason why because it's another just kind of dumpster fire type of game. But I think it'd be like a field goal or something. Give me the Falcons.
And the final game on Sunday, we have at least my game of the week here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. 2 teams that are not afraid of living up to expectations. The Buccaneers, though, they got to be careful because the team that's playing on Monday, we're going to get into them in a second, are a half a game behind them in the division. They need to start focusing. And then the Los Angeles Rams, I mean, they're the best team in football right now. I don't think it's particularly close. Take your pick between them and the Patriots, but yeah, again, the Rams are just on a different level right now. Matthew Stafford is probably going to win league MVP if the Rams get the 1 seed, just because, again, Jonathan Taylor's a running back. The league hates running backs for MVP at least. So give me the Rams. They're a healthier team here. But yeah, the Buccaneers, as long as they make this a game, that'll be a moral victory. I know people don't like to hear it, but moral victories are definitely better than getting belted like 30-4. Or not 4, oh my God, 30-7. My man, George, 4 points. Rams win. Cringy, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. But the Rams and Seahawks, I thought I would be a lot more high scoring last week. But I mean, it was still kind of a close one. But it just seems like the Rams were just being the more dominant team over the Seahawks, and they're just looking like, yeah, like you said, one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Give me the Rams. I'm hoping, like I said, I do hope the Bucs keep it close. They did keep it close with the Bills for quite a while. until like kind of near the end of the second half. Then they kind of just lost it all. But I think they'll still keep it close with the Rams. But I think the Rams will still win.
And the final game of Week 12 on Monday, we have the Carolina Panthers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams that are both over 500. That's kind of insane, especially when you talk about the Panthers. Bryce Young, are you an alien, sir? 448 yards? Are you actually kidding me? He broke Cam Newton's record for most passing yards in a game by a Carolina Panther quarterback. And obviously Rico Dowdle's still doing Rico Dowdle things. And then that defense is very underrated. I mean, they're able to get some stops when they need to. Then you have the 49ers who got Brock Purdy back. As soon as Brock Purdy came back, Cringy, they put up 41 points. That's concerning for the rest of the division. Give me the 49ers. They are at home, but if the Panthers do win this game, there's a good chance they take the lead in the division, which is actually insane. Who would have thought that at the end of Week 12? Panthers, just keep the game close. Do not get blown out. I'm tired of having terrible Monday Night Football games. Give me the 49ers. Cringy, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Niners, but I do want to make a point, like you said. I think this is crazy. I think the Parents might actually do keep it close. They're finally having a pretty decent season. Besides the last couple of seasons, they've been having a massive losing record, but they seem really good for themselves this year, especially Bryce Young last performance, like over 400 passing yards, absolutely insane. I'm happy for the Panthers fans, and I actually think they might keep this game close. Like, I don't know, I just got that feeling, but I do think the Niners will squeeze out a win.
And that's all I have for you today. Me and Cringy ended up splitting on 3 games. The Packers, Vikings, I don't know what he's smoking on that one. The Cardinals, Jaguars, I don't know what I'm smoking on that one. And then our actually 50-50 game with the NFC South between the Saints and the Falcons. Who even cares? But let us know in the comment section below. What are your picks? And let me know if you guys have a better record than us. I'm 110-54 on the year. Cringy's 1-2-62. We did call that Packers-Cowboys game as a loss since we didn't predict it correctly. So, I mean, our record's a little bit skewed like that. But again, hope everyone has an amazing day, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.